Hey, how you doing? I'm doing quite all right. I'm drinking some red wine, and I'm in the Berkshire Room, which is the bar in the lobby of the Acme Hotel in River North, Chicago. Something I've found to get a lot of enjoyment from is I'll go to hotels and just hang out in their lobbies and study the design. I love it. I love it just as much as I love red wine. I've gotten really into red wine and design. Design right now is like so exciting to me. It's something, I don't know, I guess a lot of things I've studied in the past have kind of led to this. Just art, mindfulness, a lot of video with, recording podcast episodes and trying to create interesting backgrounds instead of just like a studio setting. A lot of my recording is based on agility and awareness of I want to be able to take it anywhere and be aware of like what the environment looks like that can communicate something deeper to listeners and viewers. It's been fun. So I'll go to hotels and when I go out, like I don't go out very often per se. I'm very intentional when I go out, and I make it kind of a special thing or a big thing. So I'll just like take cash with me, and like for every drink, I just pay I give like a $20 bill, regardless of like the price of the drink. And red wine seems to be what I've been leaning on lately. I don't know. I think it just goes with my colors, my discipline of colors: dark red, navy blue, brown, gray. Yeah, I've really enjoyed just studying the design of hotel lobbies. I love it. Let's get more specific for here, right? This is the Berkshire Room. It's part of the Acme Hotel, and this hotel, or this area that I'm in right now, a lot of browns, a lot of like cool lighting, very dim lighting. And an employee just came up to me before this, and he was like, "Hey man, I appreciate someone else appreciating the design in the space." And so we were talking a little bit, and he said the bar is actually the reception desk of when this used to be like the hotel lobby, and they transformed it into a bar. And so the reception desk, I'm looking over here, I can post a photo in it. That's what people would come up to originally with the hotel, and now it's a bar. So it's the same exact bar. Here I would say, like, I don't know, it's chic, I'm pretty limited. I guess I'm pretty limited still when it comes to design and why, like how things originated in a way. I'm looking at a lot of these lighting fixtures. I noticed lighting fixtures to be a huge component of design. What fascinates me most with design is that everything is for a reason. Everything. Every little detail is for a reason, to communicate something, to evoke a certain type of emotion or energy. And I get asked, like, recently I've been asked, like, how did you start getting interested in this or whatever? Or because I'll go out and I'll just study designs and like take notes. I bring my notebook out with me, and then people will approach me and ask me questions, and I come back to my friend, one of my best friends, Joe Anhalt, and Leonardo da Vinci. two amazing human beings who have graced this beautiful earth. And with Joe, we were really close in college, and then we lived together for 4 years. And he works in fashion and in Soho in Manhattan, and kind of the startup industry. He works for like a startup Italian sneaker brand. And with him, we used to host people on Airbnb. And with hosting, when you're welcoming someone into your space, everything kind of matters. Everything, again, going back to details, everything is communicating something. And he had prescribed to a philosophy of more minimalism, natural lighting, and just less things. If something isn't being used, and this is where like my philosophy now is like, if something's not being used, it should not be in the space, because it's either taking energy or giving energy, right? And you have to find the balance between that with an object. And with Da Vinci, he was really into staging, lighting, productions, art and science, and I've been thinking a lot about Da Vinci lately, and just kind of relaxing more when I go out and just appreciating the space that someone built, designed, whatever. Here's cool, the lighting fixtures. You got a lot of like old bottles, like antique bottles, like liquor bottles and glassware. That looks really cool. I think glassware is a huge thing. I bought some new glasses at a thrift store yesterday. We went out for brunch in Boys Town, and I stopped at this thrift store. A lot of the thrift stores in gay neighborhoods have really like high quality items. So I bought a pair of shoes that I'm gonna use as my indoor shoes now. Glassware. There's two amazing glasses that I just drink. I drank probably like 12 glasses of water yesterday because I just loved using this glass. Because otherwise before I was just using this like pint glass or this like kind of really nice like whiskey glass with the Packers emblem on it. But these are cool, and it matches a lot of my bar. A lot of my glassware in my bar is very detailed and intricate. My style or fashion is based on how I drink wine, how I select wine. So I select wine based solely on labels. Whether like region, I start with France, Bordeaux. I drink Bordeaux almost exclusively, and the Bordeaux I choose, the label within my price range, I just look for the most regal looking label. So a lot of the items that I purchase now, the design is kind of like evokes a lot of like regalness. And so a hotel like this or a setup like this, you know, you have this red, I'm probably like bleeding into it right here. The browns, kind of like worn in, kind of, I don't know, natural. Not so like in your face, not so like bright. So here in Chicago, there are a lot of options. I'm excited to explore the options. Yeah, I've gone to a few different places. I'm trying to, this all comes down to what I've noticed. I'm really into moment photography. It's a category that I just made up. It's a type of photography where when you go about your day, I understand there's an interconnectedness between myself, other people, and the world around me, right? And I kind of look for beautiful moments or interesting scenes and like settings. And so what I do is I take a lot of these pictures in landscape, and then I create photo albums, and then I play them on my Apple TV in a slideshow. And I have them going during ideation sessions where I have this 8-foot whiteboard and I just, drink wine, play vinyl records, light incense, light candles, and just like, it helps me practice gratitude and understanding that all these moments, they add up to something special. And you can then look back and get ideas and conclusions and closure on a lot of different ideas or feelings that you've been having, or I've been having. But what I've noticed is that they've gotten very redundant. They've gotten really redundant. And so part of what I'm doing now this year is to kind of break up that redundancy by going to different places and exploring different spaces. And I'm kind of tinkering with this and doing it through like hotel lobbies. Just checking them out and then, just having a drink, just chill, do some reading, take some notes. It's really cool. So this has been a very welcoming space. I really dig the decor. This is more my vibe rather than some of the other, probably like more corporate seeming, kind of like try-hardiness. This is very, this is beautiful. This is beautiful, isn't it? And I appreciate the music, everything. Music is really important too when you're designing a space, and a really large component of provoking a feeling within someone. So this is just like chill but kind of groovy. It's cool. So it's something new that I've been getting into. Design and just exploration. So cheers to that. I hope you have a fantastic day. Appreciate the beautiful moments, because time is short and love is real. And that inner light inside you, let it shine. Be yourself. Just shine on.